Hi guys, so the new Fujifilm XF10. When the guys at Fujifilm asked me to review this camera, I just couldn't refuse. I've never used a Fujifilm camera before, so I was really excited to try one out. Now before we get any further into this video, I would really like to manage your expectations a little bit. The XF10 is a small camera with an APS-C sensor. So as a photographer slash videographer, I will review and test this camera the way I would use this camera. Which means I will not try to compare this camera with a bigger camera with all the bells and whistles, but I would look at this as a portable travel companion when I don't want to carry around all the heavy bags of gear. Also, Fujifilm Belgium is only lending this camera to me and they're not paying me a single cent, which means I will say what I like about this camera, but I will not shy away from the things I don't like about this camera either. To give the FX10 a proper test, I took it with me to the Algarve region in Portugal. So without any further ado, let's start this review. Roll the clip. To start things off, I'm not going to bore you guys to death by reading all the specs. I'm sure if you're interested in buying this camera, you guys will have memorized all specs from the Fujifilm website yourself. The most important thing to know about this portable camera is that it's loaded with a 24.2 megapixels CMOS APS-C sensor. This is a type of sensor mostly found in way bigger and much more expensive cameras. So the first, and to me the most important question about this camera is, how is the image quality? I have to say, to me, this is the camera's biggest advantage. The image quality is amazing. I have never seen images like this from a camera in this size and price range. When talking about Fuji cameras, a lot of people start discussing their JPEG quality, their different types of film looks, and I can understand why, because they sure do look great. But I have to be honest with you, I don't really care about those things too much. These are all amazing features to have in a camera in this price range, because most people buying this type of camera will not be professional photographers, or they won't have much bigger and more expensive cameras to shoot with. This will be their only camera they use day in, day out for all their needs, and they will probably not be editing their pictures on a Lightroom or Photoshop. Now something about the RAW files, because that's where my interest lies. I always shoot my pictures in RAW format. As I said earlier, I edit all my pictures in Lightroom or Photoshop, and I always shoot in RAW. I never shoot JPEG pictures. Hardly ever. I really don't. Yeah, when I snap the occasional picture with my cell phone I do, but with a bigger camera, with a designated camera, I always shoot RAW. So when talking about the RAW files in this camera, their depth is really amazing. I've shot tons of pictures way underexposed, way overexposed, and the amount of detail I could get back into the pictures was simply amazing. The image quality is the biggest and most exciting feature about this camera. I really can't say anything bad about the image quality whatsoever. It's a great little lens and it's a great sensor. The fixed lens is an 18.5mm f2.8, so because of the crop, it's a full frame equivalent of 28mm, and this is a great focal length to have for shooting all kinds of subjects, especially when traveling, because it's wide enough to capture those beautiful landscapes, but you can get in really close and capture a nice portrait if you need to. I've never felt really limited by it. Now let's talk about the ease of use. It's a very straightforward camera, very easy controls. Love the joystick at the back to set your autofocus point. The controls are just there, so there's no need to do much menu diving when you're on the go. It's a very easy to use camera. So when we're talking about image quality, ease of use, the lens is just It's an amazing camera. Okay, so we've said a lot of positive things about this little XF10. And I have to be honest, it's a great little camera to have. It's easy to use, it has great controls, simple, but there are some things that, in my opinion, could be a little better. The first thing is the autofocus. In my opinion, it's not the best autofocus out there. It's just, sometimes it's like searching and missing the point and getting back. A lot of times when I just want to snap a quick picture, it just takes too long for the camera to focus on the thing I really wanted to focus on. Like, the controls are easy, I really love the joystick, I wish my camera had it, but just the autofocusing itself, it just takes too long. Sometimes it misses the focus entirely, or it has to search a little bit. Yeah, that's the one thing I really, from the beginning I said, oh no, this is not this camera's greatest feature. Another thing I really didn't like is that, well, this screen. I mean, it's a touch screen, it works great, but why isn't it a flip screen? It's just when you want to take like a self-portrait, or you want to film yourself, or you want to shoot a picture from some kind of weird angle so you can't look straight behind the camera, it's just not convenient. A lot of cameras these days just have a flip-up screen and it works great, it's effective. Okay, I know this is not the most expensive camera, but it's something I really missed when I was using this on my vacation. So that's about it, guys. Really love the camera. It's an amazing camera for its image quality, ease of use, but there are a few little points that, in my opinion, they could make a little better next time. If you like this video, please hit the like button, click the subscribe button if you didn't already do so, and yeah, thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye guys.